toke rivanala. Here also the same example is given again and again. If you hear Yayati's realization, same analogy is given. Krishna in the section of third chapter also he gave the same example. And Pururava in 26th chapter of Uddhav Gita, there also he gave the same analogy that one will never get satisfied by this lust. It's like a pouring ghee on a fire, right? So that's how he was natushyat. That's why that is mentioned. So uh, then he was thinking, Ajasto Kerivanal. Then so he was one day he was kind of meditating after worshipping with some mantras. He was sitting and he was realizing, oh, what happened? I was engaged in some tapasya in the Yamuna river, but I just by seeing some association with some fish, I got fall down from that position. Right? So that so he understood, Aho imam pashyata me vinasham. Just see how I got lost in this world. Tapasvina satcharita vratasya. I am engaged in tapasya and I was so like satcharita vratasya, engaged in observing all the rules practiced by saintly persons. Antarjale varichara prasangat, but the association of some fish I got entangled. Prachavitam brahmachiram dhrutam yat. Everyone should observe this destruction. Means, means I am engaged in this hostility, but I got lost now. So, so in this way, he was like kind of lamenting for his situation. Everyone should learn from this situation, he's saying. Then he's saying, Sangam tyajeta mituna vratinam mumukshum sarvatmana visrujayet bahirindriyani ekascharan rahasi chittamananta ishe yunjita tadvratishu sadhushu chet prasanga. So he's quoting that one should always give up the association of persons interested in sense gratification and should not employ his external senses, bahirindriyani. So therefore, what one should do? Either one should stay in a secluded place, completely fixing his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord, or the better thing to do is to live in the association of devotees who are always meditating on the Lord. Otherwise, one should never mingle with people who are trying to enjoy, who are enjoying sense gratification, because association affects, right? So more especially that as we mentioned, his association with those fishes generally doesn't agitate, but because there is an offense to Garuda, finding fault with Garuda, because of that he got entangled. So two things we should always be careful. So one thing is we should always be careful that are we committing any Vaishnava Ninda or fault finding with the Vaishnavas. This should be very, because as soon as we do that Vaishnava Parad, whatever determination we have to follow the life of Krishna consciousness, so that determination will be lost, and sense gratification based on the amount of offense we commit. So the the more the results will be there. If it is slight, there is slight loss of determination. But if it is more grave, then we may completely lose our determination to practice bhakti and we may get entangled in sense gratification. So that is one danger, we should always be careful. And another danger is we should always be careful not to associate with the people who are enjoying in sense gratification, because that association will drag down. So that is what his realization. I am engaged as a sadhu in practicing, but I got uh, like got attached to sense gratification. And but what is the gratification of this sense gratification. It is not satisfying me. I once in the beginning I was alone and I was performing some austerities, but because of association of fish, I became 50 members, and through each of the 50 members, each wife got 100 sons. So now I have increased to 5,000 members. So in this way, my intelligence is completely entangled in gunas and thinking enjoyment as the goal of my life. And the one thing that he's saying, it's not that I was like completely satisfied now I can renounce. He's saying there is no end to my desires in this and next life. So Vishaye Atta Bhava. So how much I enjoy, the desire to enjoy is not getting satisfied. It is coming again and again. It is not at all going. So this is the realization actually. Means like not that I will one at one point of time we will be done with our sense gratification and then we can leave. That is not the realization. The realization is that oh, no much, no amount, whatever amount I enjoy, it will never. There is no point of time will come where I say it is enough. Right. So then, so that's why it will never satisfy. Therefore, now I have to give up forcefully. Then only I can come out of it. So that is the realization he is sharing. That then in this way he passed his life in household affairs for some time, and then after getting that understanding, he kind of detached from all the material enjoyment. Right. Slowly, when that understanding strikes, oh, whatever amount I enjoy, it will never give me satisfaction. Then slowly, then that particular point of time, he will get some detachment. Then he can slowly give up his enjoyment, because by he understands that by enjoyment I can never give up. Only by detachment only I can give up. So slowly he will kind of he develops detachment from material enjoyment. Then he accepted Vanaprastha order and went to forest, and all his wives also followed him for because he went, they also followed. And he started performing tapasya in the forest, and he for realizing himself. So then he attained the Supreme Lord by practicing of that austerities. So and then Saubhari Muni wives also, how seeing how her husband perfected his life, they also followed him, and they also attained perfection. In this way, the Saubhari Muni lessons, they are the realizations from Saubhari Muni are shared. So all these realizations we can meditate, so that uh, one will get desire, we will get some detachment. He's saying everyone should learn from my fall down. A person desiring liberation must give up association of men interested in sex life, not employ senses externally, stay in a secluded place, fixing mind at Lord. I was alone 50, now became 5,000. So in this way, developed detachment and renunciation, wives followed. So in this way, Mandata story was given, and Saubhari Muni's story was given in that connection. So then the descendants from Mandata. So these are all the like Ikshvaku Vamsha, where Ramchandra has come. Those stories are coming. So then Purukutsa, like that, there is a son of Mandata. There is a Ambarish. There is a son called Ambarisha was there, and the Ambarisha, a Ambarisha's son were Yuvanashva. Yuvanasha's son was Harita. So these Ambarisha, Harita, Yuvanashva, they are all very famous. Uh, and Purukutsa is a person who is coming here. So this Purukutsa, he like there are some serpents. Serpent leader of the serpents was Vasuki. So they had one sister called Narmada. So Narmada, she got married to this Purukutsa. So then the Narmada and Purukutsa, they went to lower regions of the universe. So in the Rasatala, this Purukutsa, there are some Gandharvas who are disturbing them. So he got some powers from Lord Vishnu and he killed all those Gandharvas. So therefore, the Vasuki and other serpents, they gave benediction to Purukutsa that anyone who remembers Purukutsa, that he was brought to Rasatala by and then he kind of he killed the Gandharvas who are disturbing them. He will not, he will be freed from the fear of snakes. So that is a benediction that he got. Right? So in this way, one of the descendants of Mandata, Purukutsa, was mentioned. So then there is a story of other person. So son of Purukutsa Vatrasadasyu. So he was so there are multiple stories they are coming. So he was like, and then their son was Harayashva something, Tribandana, Satyavrata, and there was one king called Trishanku. Satyavrata he was born from Tribandana. His name is Trishanku. He is also coming in the line of Ikshvaku. So this Trishanku story will come in Ramayana, where he was cursed to become a Chandala. Then he approached Vishwamitra Muni to reach Swarga in the same body, but he was empowered. There is a long story which comes in Ramayana, and he was going to Swarga in the self same body, but Devatas, they saw, oh, some mortal in the same body he is coming to Swarga, and they kind of rejected him, and he fell down forward, and then Vishwamitra, he did not allow him to fall down, but created a planet for him. So he's still hanging in the sky, head downward. So in this way, this Trishanku is mentioned. And the son of this Trishanku was Harishchandra. So this Harishchandra, this story is coming here. Harishchandra, because of Harishchandra, there was a lot of quarrel between Vishwamitra and Vasishta, and they both fought with one another by transforming themselves into birds. So what is the story? Vishwamitra, Harishchandra was performing a Rajasuya sacrifice, and then Vishwamitra at the end of sacrifice he came, and as a donation he took away whatever amount of wealth that Harishchandra had. So in this way, Harishchandra became he doesn't have any wealth at all. So therefore Vasishta became angry and cursed the Vishwamitra to become a Adi bird. And Vishwamitra, hearing that curse, he also became angry and cursed Vasishta to become a crane. So in those bird forms, they both are fighting. So in this way, so Harishchandra, he was in this way. There is a story. Mahabharata story has a lot of extension story for this, but Bhagavatam very brief here. Harishchandra, he doesn't have any son, so therefore he wanted to have a son. He was very morose, so he took advice from Narad Muni and he took shelter of Varuna and told, "My lord, please give me a son." So Varuna was he gave a condition that to Varuna that, "Oh, if a son was born to me, with that son I shall perform a sacrifice to you." So in that way he begged Varuna. So basically I will give that son back to you, like that he kind of told. So Varuna agreed, and because of that benediction from Varuna, Harishchandra got a son called Rohita. So then, so Varuna came after, because he told when a son was born, he will give back that son. So Varuna came and asked, a son was born, and so you can offer this son as a sacrifice. Harishchandra told, oh, generally after 10 days, once since an animal's birth, the animal becomes fit to be sacrificed. So then after 10 days Varuna came. Then he told, oh, when animal grows teeth, so that time it will be pure enough. Again after that Varuna came. So then he told, when the teeth were fallen down, then it will be fit for sacrifice. And generally first time teeth will come and they will go, and then again new teeth will come. So these teeth were fallen out. Then he told, again when the teeth grow, then I will give. So then again teeth grew and Varuna came. So Harishchandra told, uh, when a Kshatriya animal is fit for wearing armor, then he will be purified. So in this way, so many times Varuna has come, and so every time he was postponing. So then at that time Rohita could understand that oh, Varuna is asking me to perform sacrifice, and my father may do sacrifice me at any time. So therefore, in order to save from that, he escaped. So seeing that Rohita escaped, he became that Varuna became very angry, and he kind of attacked this his father, this Harishchandra. So he became dropsy. So means some very his stomach got very big, where it had grown very large. So that time Rohita, he had heard, oh, his father got this disease, so he wanted to return. So, but Indra in between he came and not like he forbid him to do so. Like he did not allow. Means it is not good for you to come back. It is better for you to travel all over the world by doing different pilgrimage. So in this way, Rohita, he was traveling for 1 year in different places. After 1 year, he wanted to come back. Again, he was sent back. So like that, second, third, fourth, and fifth years, like that, he was again and again returning. So Indra approached like an old Brahmana, and again and again he sent back that Rohita. After sixth year, when Rohita is coming, so that time uh, he met one person called Ajigartha, and he has taken his second son, whose name is Sunashepa. So Sunashepa, he also he offered that Sunashepa to Harishchandra, and he can be used as an sacrificial animal, like that he told. So Harishchandra, he started worshipping Devatas, Varuna, by this person, but at that time he chanted some mantras which will satisfy Varuna. So Vishwamitra was there while he was performing, and they all chanted some mantras from Yajurveda. So by that the Varuna got satisfied, and he offered benedictions. So Indra also pleased with Harishchandra with his truthfulness. He gave a golden chariot. So in this way, the Sunashepa, he recited some mantras to satisfy Varuna, and he became delivered. So in this way, and Vishwamitra also, seeing that how much this Harishchandra was so much stuck to the truth promise that he gave, and so he became very much satisfied, and he gave the ultimate knowledge to Harishchandra. In this way, he got also uh, delivered. So he used that process of how to attain the like Brahman knowledge. So he kind of detached himself, and he kind of each of his element he merged back into different elements, and completely by Vidya, whatever he learned from Vishwamitra, he completely gave up avidya, and after that he also gave up Vidya and completely situated as his Swarupa. So in this way he achieved his perfection. So this is the story of Harishchandra. So then the story of how Sagara Muni and Bhagirathi, the Ganga's descent, is given. So Rohita's son was Harita, and then the Harita's son was Champa, Champa's son was Shudeva, and his son was Vijaya. Vijaya's son was Bharuka, Bharuka's son was Vriksha, Vriksha's son was Bahuka. So Bahuka, when some enemies have come, attacked Bahuka, and he escaped from his land to some other land, forest, along with his wife. So Bahuka, he became very old and he was died. So like one of his wife also wanted to die along with him. So that time Aurvarushi, he saw that, oh, she was pregnant. So therefore he prevented her to, forbade her to die. So that time this the he so Aurva Muni kind of stopped, along with she wanted to die, but she stopped. But some of the uh, other wives, they became envious with this wife who is pregnant. So they kind of, oh, we don't have any children, but this lady, he is getting children. How is that? So therefore they got envy and they gave some poison. So that person who was born, he did not die, but he was born along with that poison. Because he was born along with the poison, he was called as Sagara. Sagara. Gara means poison. So he one who was born along with poison. So he was called Sagara. So he became famous as Sagara. So he became the emperor again. So and this Sagara Maharaj, he was very famous because he did not kill other persons, other persons who are not following Vedic culture, like Talanjagas, Yavanas, Shakas, Haihayas, Barbaras. He did not kill them, and he made them dress like awkwardly. He shaved some of them clean, but allowed them to wear mustaches. He left some of them wearing loose hair. He half shaved some. He left some without underwear. He left some without external garments. So like that, different ways. He really, although he had opportunity to kill, but he did not kill, but humiliated them in this way. And then, so the main story of Sagaramuni is that he was performing a Ashwamedha sacrifice. Then, so in that sacrifice, Indra kind of stole this Ashwamedha. So then Indra stole this Ashwamedha sacrifice. So then this Sagara Maharaj, he had two wives. So Sumati, that wife had 60,000 sons. So they received order from Sagara Maharaj, you search for the horse, and wherever it gone, you have to search it. So then they went throughout different directions to search, but nowhere they could not find that horse. Finally, they saw that horse in the uh, ashram of Kapila Muni. So Kapila, as soon as they saw that horse, they saw Kapila is there and that horse is there. Kapila is doing some penances and that horse is nearby. So without inquiring or without knowing what happened, they kind of came to conclusion. Oh, here is the person who has stolen our horse, right? So this is what sometimes some people, like sometimes we commit mistakes. We don't know actual truth, but we assume, oh, because these two things are together, he must have stolen. So in this way, they came to wrong conclusion, and so therefore this person should be killed. So like that they concluded, and all those 60,000, they attacked the sage, and the sage opened his eyes, right? So these Sagara Maharajas, these sons, they have lost their intelligence and they kind of offended a great person. So it's not that from the eye of this Kapila, she got burned, but the fire, because they have committed offense, the fire emanating from their own bodies, and they got burnt to ashes. Because they thought that this Kapila was Indra, they became bewildered. And that offense itself burnt them. So a very important principle Shukadeva Goswami is mentioning, that Nasadu Vado Munikopabhajita. Sadhus, they don't say that because of Kapila's anger they got burnt. This only Kapila's body is Shuddha Sattva. How can tamas can enter the body of Kapila, which is Shuddha Sattva, which purifies the whole universe? So therefore it will never contaminated by this tamoguna. So it's not that Kapila Muni burnt, it is the offense that they have committed to Kapila that only burnt them. Right? So this Kapila Muni, he only gave this Sankhya philosophy, and through Sankhya one will be able to cross over this material world. So how can that Paramatma, how can he see any distinction between enemy and friend? So he cannot do this. Right? So in this way Kapila is not the fault. So in this way it was mentioned. So now all those 60,000 people, they got burnt. So Sagara Maharaj was worried. His sons never came back. So Sagara has one more wife, Keshini, second wife. And through Keshini, one more son, Asamanjasa, was there. So this Asamanjasa, there is a story. This Asamanjasa, he previously he was a yogi, but because of some bad association, he had fallen from that position. So when he was born, he could remember his past birth. So he was called as Jatismara. Jatismara means some persons who remember their past life from although they were born. Like there are many stories in YouTube, like children, they were born, they could remember their previous lives and they stay some stories of their previous lives. So like that, like we have the story of Jadabharat also, who remembered his past life. So he was able to remember his past birth, but he like just like Jadabharat, how he behaved as if he doesn't know anything. So this Asamanjasa also kind of behaved like a miscreant, and in the public eye he will do something abominable. And so he would take away. He was playing with his boys, with boyfriends, all the friends, and he would throw them into river Savarayu. So seeing that everyone complained to king, and king kind of forbidden, king kind of exiled him. So father gave up affection for him and had him exiled. So after Asamanjasa left, Asamanjasa exhibited his mystic powers by reviving those boys who have died. So, and everyone lamented. Asamanjasa left. King also lamented. So, and but still Asamanjasa left. So that Asamanja's son was Amshuman. So Amshuman was born to Asamanjasa. Amshuman, he was ordered by Saubhari Muni to bring back that horse. So he went, he dug up those path, and there was a horse near Kapila. So when Amshuman saw Kapila, he offered respectful obeisances and he prayed. He prayed that, oh, even Lord Brahma is also not able to see you. You are very much superior to everyone. You cannot be known by meditation or by logic. So what to speak of persons like me, who are created by Brahma's mind, body and intelligence, and who don't know anything. So we are not able to see you. So you are anything beyond uh, these modes. Sages. Sages, persons who have material bodies and they are affected by three gunas. They only see objects composed of the three gunas, even in waking state and dream state. And that because their minds are bewildered by your Maya, they can only think of external objects. They do not know, although you are situated in themselves. But how I, because also bewildered, but how can I think of you who are like completely concentrated knowledge, who are only realized by great sages like Sanaka Sanandana, who have destroyed their illusion and seeing the conception of these three modes? I can never know. Only when you show mercy, then only I can understand. So therefore, I will offer my obeisances to you, who teach knowledge and who is freed from this cause and effect, who doesn't have any material form, and they don't have any material names, qualities, and action. Those who are influenced by negative qualities by your Maya, like lust, greed, envy, they take repeated birth and death in this world by your Maya, thinking that only this world is real. So, but just by seeing you, all my illusion got cut, and all the negative things have been in the heart, like lust and other things have been cut. So, in this way, like he kind of prayed to Kapiladev. So then that Kapila was very pleased with Amshuman's prayers, and he told, You take this horse and give it to your grandfather. All your ancestors, like all your like fathers, like they can only be delivered when Ganges water comes. Otherwise, they will not be delivered. So Amshuman respectfully circumambulated Kapila and offered respectful obeisances and brought the horse back and informed Sagara Maharaj how to what had happened, and Sagara Maharaj could complete the sacrifice. So Sagara Maharaj, he after that he became completely detached and he left that kingdom and gave all this kingdom to this Amshuman, and he achieved supreme destination. So this Amshuman, how he brought, how are his descendants like Bhagirathi especially, he brought that Ganga, and then some more stories will come, Katvang Muni and other stories. Then the dynasty of Lord Ram will come. So Lord Ram is briefly mentioned in Bhagavatam. We will discuss from Bhagavatam what are all things mentioned about Lord Ram. So we'll stop here. So these are some stories. We have seen Saubhari Muni story, Harishchandra story, and then this Sagara Mara story. So I'll stop here. Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Pranams, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone. Hare Hare. Divya Gaurangi Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Wonderful class.
And here Jai Girandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.